Hello everyone. Welcome to Marking Up with HTML for Beginners. I'm Amit Kumar and this is the 28th tutorial planning a website. So friends, you must be knowing that we are having 8 sections in this course and the 8th section is on a beginner level project. So we are going to make a website in that 8th section, and for that we are going to conduct planning in this tutorial. But before I plan a website with you, let me discuss one more element which we left in the last tutorial, and that was non-semantic wrappers. In the last tutorial, we have seen some of the wrapper elements, some of the layout elements, and they all were semantic. They all were being used according to their meaning. But there are situations where we cannot find an ideal semantic element to group some items together. Sometimes we might want to just group set of elements together to style them with CSS or to perform any interactivity with JavaScript. So for such cases, HTML provides us two elements which are div and span. Div is a block level element, so whenever we will use this certain element in our page, definitely the preceding and the succeeding element of div will be in new line. Whereas the span element is an inline element. So whensoever you want to group elements in a block, use div element, and whensoever you want to group elements in line, then use span. But let me warn you, these are non-semantic wrappers. Hence, they don't have any certain semantic meaning with them. So it would be good if we utilize them only in the situations where there can't be any ideal semantic element, or where we are just grouping for providing some styling or interactivity. We should use these preferably with a suitable class attribute to provide label for them. So as I told you, these are non-semantic wrappers. So if we are using them to group some elements, we should use the class attribute, okay? And we should provide a meaningful name to that class attribute so that later on we can easily identify that certain div and span. And now it's time to plan our website. So of course, the first thing in the planning is on what topic you are going to create a website. So it's totally up to you, whatsoever topic you can pick, definitely. But here I am providing you a tutorial website. So we are going to plan a tutorial website, right? And let me tell you, this tutorial website will be very simple tutorial website. It won't contain those video tutorials, right? So all the tutorials that would be available here will be in textual format. Now we need to follow certain steps while we are planning a website. So let me tell you that. Now, first of all, we have to note down things that would be common for all the web pages. Then we will draw a rough sketch of how the web pages would appear. And after that, we will note down all the uncommon content of the web pages. So the first step is note down all those common contents that will be same across the web pages. Then we will draw a rough sketch of how the web pages would appear. You can say the layout of a certain web page or layout of all the web pages. And finally, we will note down all the uncommon contents which are different among pages, or you can say the main content of any page. After that, we will sort all these contents into groups. And finally, we will sketch a rough site map. So that is going to be the output of today's tutorial. After today's tutorial, we would be able to sketch a rough site map. Now, what is a site map? It's a pictorial representation of flow of your website, like how the user is going to use your website. Fine. So let's see these steps one by one, and along with we are going to plan our website as well. So step one was to note down things that would be common for all the web pages, right? And we will have three things that will be common for all the web pages. We will have header. Header will contain logo, site title, and a tagline. We will also have a footer, which will contain the copyright, the privacy policy, and the logo. And finally, we will have a navigation bar. Now, what will be the various menus on this navigation bar will be decided after the fourth step. So let's see the second step. Now we have to draw a rough sketch of how the web pages would appear. Now I will have a same standard layout throughout my website. That means all the web pages will have the same layout. And this is the layout that I have decided. I will have a header at the top, and you can see this white color margin. This is nothing but a margin provided on the page. So there would be nothing in this area. Just below the header, I will provide the navigation bar. And then I will have a sidebar on the left hand side, which is definitely different from the sidebar which we have used in the last web page. I will have a main content and I will have a footer. When we would be dealing with the project and you want to have the same output that I am providing here, then you should use the semantic elements which I have mentioned here. For example, I will use header element, I will use footer element, I will use main, I will use nav, and I will use aside. So these five elements, these five semantic elements I will use. So it's better that you should also use only these semantic elements, as I am going to provide you the CSS file which you can directly link to your HTML page. Definitely we haven't discussed CSS yet. That's why I am doing it. And once you will complete the course on CSS, you can yourself create such CSS files. So this is the rough sketch, and let's move on to the third step. Now the third step is to note down all the uncommon content of the web page. That is the main content of different pages. Now according to the main content, we will decide how many pages do we want. Now clearly you can see there are 7 main contents, 7 different main contents that we are going to deal in our website. So definitely there would be 7 different web pages at least. Okay. So now you can see this is the homepage content. We will have a add course categories content. We will have a show course categories content. We will have add courses and show courses, and we will have about and contact. And now it's time to sort these elements. So I have sorted them out. Like homepage content will be separate and it will be just the introduction about the website. Courses, there will be an option of courses. So these options that I am sorting will be nothing but the options that we will provide on the navigation bar. So that definitely there will be 4 options. First option will be for homepage content, and there it will contain the introduction about the website. Second menu will be courses, and this menu will give these options like add and show course categories and add and show courses. Fine. And I will do that with the help of the sidebar. Like after choosing on the courses, we can select any of these options from the sidebar. The about page, it will contain the introduction about organization, and contact page, which will contain a form so that any user can contact with the organization. So this fourth part, definitely I will make this page, but I won't make any content for this page as we haven't discussed form yet. And that will be part of marking up with HTML for advanced users. So it's going to come in the upcoming future. So that will be dealt later on. Now let's move on to the 5th step. And the 5th step is the last step actually. So I have prepared a rough sitemap in front of you, which will actually tell you what are the various options the user can use on our website and how does we land up to a certain page on our website. So clearly you can see there is a home page. Now from the home page, definitely you can go to about us, you can go to courses option, or you can go to contact us option. So there will be 3 pages for them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there will be total 4 pages. And these 3 pages are visited via home page. So definitely we will provide a link over there. Now courses will have few options in the sidebar, and these options will be add course categories, show course categories, add courses, and show courses. So definitely this is a very simple website that we have planned because we are doing it at the beginner level, right? So this is one of the website which I'm going to discuss in the 8th section, and I'm going to make and prepare this whole website in front of you. Along with that, I will also provide you another task to be done. Now I will just provide you the task. It's up to you. You have to do it or you can leave it, no issues. But if you are following this certain tutorial on our course, then it is must to be done. So that marks the end of this tutorial. Hope to meet you in the next video tutorial. Till then, thank you and happy programming.